I'm living in a scary house. I'm in a scary house.
Welcome to episode 22 of The Scary Show. This episode is sponsored by the Sci-Fi Center, where you can find everything you need, be it comic books, new or vintage. The Sci-Fi Center has got what you need. You looking for hard to find variant covers? The Sci-Fi Center's got you. You looking for a gift for the Trekkie in your life? The Sci-Fi Center's got you. You like Funko Pops? The Sci-Fi Center's got you. You looking for nostalgia pieces or memorabilia from Happy Days, Gilligan's Island, The Three Stooges, Ghostbusters, and much, much more? I can't even name them all, but the Sci-Fi Center's got you. What about Vampirella or Fangoria? What about novelizations of your favorite fandoms? Bruh, what I said. Sci-Fi Center got you. Okay, how about cool swag for the Star Wars fans? Go see Will. The Sci-Fi Center's got you. They even do movie screenings and special events. The Sci-Fi Center supports the troops. You can also buy online. Check out the description of this episode for a link to the Sci-Fi Center's website.
I have to admit, I've led a charmed life. For instance, out of the blue, right after puberty, I discovered a thing about myself I couldn't have anticipated. I had superpowers. Real life, bona fide superpowers. Powers most mere mortals could only dream of having. The first power I became aware of was that I had the ability to see slightly into the future. There'd been this girl walking down the steps at school, carrying a stack of boxes. I could see her tripping and falling in my mind's eye, clear as day. Then, maybe 2 seconds later, she tripped. Of course, I hadn't been able to prevent it. I'd been too far away. But the event had certainly gotten my attention. From there, I began noticing things like that all the time. Me anticipating slightly future events. Next, I became aware that I could read people's minds. I would hear things in my head, and then people would say them. It was amazing. Other powers soon followed. Those of a more physical nature. Initially, I was overwhelmed by it all. I mean, who wouldn't be? For the longest time, I kept it all to myself, but eventually, I decided to share with my friends. In truth, their reactions had been disappointing. I think they were just jealous. I hadn't really let loose on them though, because it was about then I began sensing I'd been given these powers for a reason. What had Spider-Man said? With great power comes great responsibility. I was coming to believe I'd been given these powers for a purpose higher than showing off for my friends. As I got older, that feeling intensified, and I became more and more reclusive. I was beginning to understand that being a superhero was a lonely business. Then, I met Alicia. Alicia and I found ourselves on the roof of an apartment building, both of us having felt like we hadn't fit in with the party we'd crashed. Meeting her was astounding. It was like we both knew before we talked about it, which was likely, right? She had the same superpowers I had. Isn't that amazing? Finally, I had someone to talk to. Someone who understood the world like I did. We were about to share our first kiss when we heard scuffling from the rooftop of the building across the street. Then a voice cried out. We looked into each other's eyes, both knowing full well what we had to do. Alicia beat me to it. She ran for the edge of the building and leapt high into the air. I followed after her, of course, but somewhere before I reached the edge, I had a rare moment of lucidity from my often present ecstasy-fueled haze. I thought better about jumping. I stood and watched. Alicia plummeted 10 stories to the street below, her body coming to rest with a solid thud. You know, I might need another fantasy. This superhero shit can be dangerous.
Happy birthday, Abby, and thank you for the continued support.